So guys, we are still on the issue why you don't make money trading SMC. Some people say that SMC is still working for them. Beautiful. It's 1 out of 10 times they get their entries is because of how they approach the market. I have an update to add in the last video I made. The update is simple. The rules is still the same. And the way you guys trade SMC is the way we got to approach it today for you to see that what you're doing, I can do it better. But reason why I left that is because of missing entries and not sure of the other block that will work for me or fair value gap that will work. That's the reason why I dump the traditional way you guys are trading it. So let's move into the normal way everybody trade SMC nowadays and the way you should approach it for you to make money like me. So guys, before we start, we have to recap the way we trade SMC. The rule is still the same. There's just little changes, so you have to pay attention. Remember, the first thing we have to do is to identify the structure. So let's start with that. We are recapping the normal way we trade SMC, including you watching me now. So trend, let's take up downtrend for as our case study. Let's assume price was in downtrend. Price moved from high to low, and from this low moved to lower high, and from this lower high, price does what? Price push all the way down and break off a structure. So we call here a break off structure, right? So the next thing we are doing here is to do what? Is to identify our endorsement, call it decisional order block, and we are expecting extreme order block to get mitigated, right? So now let's name here, this is our endorsement and here is our decisional order block. So everybody is waiting for this supply zone to get mitigated and shows market structure shift. So price moved up in this manner, mitigate this order block, this our supply zone, and does what? Everybody is waiting for market structure shifts and their entry is somewhere around here and they will take it down. But most often while waiting for this change of character, after mitigation of this point of interest, you notice that you always miss the trade, right? So this is the best way to trade for you not to miss out, because waiting all the way long, maybe 7 hours or 8 hours for this price to reach to this extent and you miss the trade is quite frustrating. That's the reason why I stopped trading this type of setup. So this is what you do. Once you find yourself in this very situation, it's still the same. Understand the structure of the market, wait for break of structure, find liquidity to sweep. Then this is where the correction comes in. The only thing you have to change in your trading is to pay attention to this very change of character. So this is our point of interest now. Immediately price take out this buy side liquidity. This is our high and this is low. This is higher low, and this is what? Higher high, where we are waiting for price to do what? For price to change character. But you don't have to wait for this to happen. Am I making sense? You don't have to wait for this to happen, for price to change character and mitigate another order block and take you down. The only thing you have to do here is to pay attention in this leg, this higher high, because the push that happens here may have, is not often, may have a fair value gap. And what you are looking for is fair value gap inversion. So let's take for instance, remember we are using 4-hour time frame for everything. Time frame for this strategy is 4-hour time frame. Don't move down for that confirmation. So if we have a fair value gap here, the only thing we'll be waiting for is inversion of this 4-hour fair value gap. So let's assume it sees here, once price invert this fair value gap and close, we're entering this trade immediately. So here becomes our short position. Let's take for instance, price close here. This is our stop loss above this high, and then we target 1:2 or 1:3 depending how low the traffic is in this very move. I hope I'm making sense. It may move further, but always go for 1:2 or 1:3 depending your trading plan or your rules. So for me, I always go for 1:2. This is how I manage the trade. So once price take out this low and move far away a little bit, give me some pips, I'll just type my Excel. That's the first thing I do. Then I wait for price to do his job. I've done my own job. So but if we have two fair value gaps here, how do we tackle it? So pay attention here. This is what you do. The only thing you need to do after this mitigation, maybe this very high that we are paying attention to have double fair value gap. The only thing you need to do here is just to wait for the two fair value gap to get read up. So if price take the first one, second one, once it's closed, the only thing I'll do here is that for you to reduce your risk, we use break and retest. Maybe we have a fair value gap again here. That should be our entry. And now, how do you place your stop loss? Because the first fair value gap is here, second one is here, there's no need for you taking risk setting your stop loss over here. You have to set it above the first fair value gap, just there. And once price move down, because before price could go up, it have created a low. So we are now in stage of managing risk. So if we get tapped in, once this low get traded and move at least, let's say 10 to 8 to 15 pips down, we go break even, then target 1:2. So that's how to do example now, 1 or 2 example. And remember, 4-hour time frame is our time frame in this strategy. It works in every pair. It works absolutely perfect in every pair. So let me walk you through on live example. Stay tuned. So here is our first example, and we are using BTC USDT. Remember the rule. First thing you need to do when you open your chart is to identify the structure of the market. Looking closely and without wasting time, you can say that price is in uptrend, right? So now price is in uptrend. The first thing, let's assume that we meet price here. Price have a very good pullback. This high, low, and high. So now we have a pullback. This pullback is valid because it take out liquidity. We have to mark it as our break of structure, and we are waiting for this zone, this demand zone, to get mitigated. Then we look for market structure shift, right? So had it been you're looking for market structure shift, this is the point you have to have it. But with this is now our point of interest. Remember where we're paying attention now. So from this zone to this zone is where our attention lies now. So this is what we'll do. We're, instead of waiting for market structure shift, we are looking for fair value gap. We have the first fair value gap here, and the price close above it. Immediately price close above it, you can have a retest down here if you like, but if you don't like, we take your entry immediately. So this is long position. As price closes, our stop loss will be down, and we target 1:2. And you see how price delivered 1:2 without stress. And if you're looking for market structure shift, you could have missed this point, right? So let me show you another example in another pair. Remember, always backtest whatever you're learning from me. So here is the last example. This is NZDUSD to show you that it works in every pair. We're in uptrend, right? So the first thing is to identify the trend. We're in uptrend. So as we're in uptrend, we are looking for price to break off a structure. Here is the high, and the price have take it out. Once price take it out, we are expecting a retracement back into this demand zone, right? So price have mitigated this demand zone. Instead of us to be looking for market structure shifts, moving down to lower time frame, confusing ourselves, wasting time, we only have to identify a fair value gap. So we have a tiny fair value gap here. It's a very tiny fair value gap. We are paying attention to this very leg. This is higher low, and from here we're paying attention. So this fair value gap, this tiny fair value gap, if I'm not mistaken, is the only fair value gap available for us. We have invasion here. As we have invasion as price close, the only thing you have is to enter out. But if you want, you can for retracement. For the same reason of not missing out, I'm entering close of this can. My stop will be below here. I'm targeting 1. You can see as price. There's nothing impossible here that you cannot do, and it's better for you use 4-hour time frame. It's a very strong time. Give more time to other things. The only thing you have to identify the structure, wait for market structure shift, wait for mitigation of your supply. What we already eradicate from SMC here is waiting for market structure shift, moving down to 1 minute time. This time go and look for market structure shift, and it makes you confident, and it saves you a lot of time. No need to all this, just what I say profitable. And then if you want another example, it's left for you to go back. I'm not giving it. See you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Still your friend Shaka.